One. So in this stream, I'm going to show you guys how to actually insert your cams and then how to drive a constraint, which is a little funky. So the stream should be live now. Go ahead and refresh. And then I'm going to come back to this piece here. Yep, do the same thing. Refresh, go to videos, go to live streams. Refresh.
What is it called?
Give her one more try. It should be cam animation part 2. It says I got a live, healthy stream. 3 people are watching it. So click it.
There it is, finally.
There you go. Again, go to videos, go to live streams. Sorry. This will trip you out too because now you're going to see all the... Alright, so here we go. Now you're going to see, okay, you're going to see my assembly. Here's where it gets tricky. I'm going to first go to the Rubik's Cube, and again, it's already saved as a new piece. Save. Okay. Go to the Rubik's Cube over here, and I'm going to see one of my cams. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to pick the snail cam, because I think that one's the neatest to see. Drag and drop it over to see in motion, yeah. So then you close that. Don't worry about where you place this. Basically, all you got to do is press OK, and you should be good. You're going to right-click. Now you see this breaking link. Right-click, press break link, capture. Now I'm going to joint this circle to the inside of this cam. You should see the thing move over. We don't want it to slide. We want it to lock in. So that when I move my crank, my axle here, you'll see that it moves with it. Okay? Now, the next thing we want to do is I want to remove this box because it's going to be hard for me to manipulate all this stuff inside of here if I don't remove the box. So I'm going to just turn the light bulb off for the box so I can still see what's going on. I'm going to go to the right view. And I'm going to drop this slider and move this into position to be as the lowest point. I'm going to go to the other side just so it's easier to see. I'm going to go to the lowest point possible that I can with this slider and with this. That's the position I want it to be in, right there. Okay? So now I'm going to do what's called a context set. And a context set basically allows 2 pieces or 2 parts when they're in contact to interact as they would in the real world. So if it hits a piece of a drawer or something like that's going to hit something, it would actually act and move that other piece. Okay? So I'm going to go to Assemble, Enable All Contacts, and you'll see if it did it right, it'll pop up over here. So when I see all contacts, then I'm going to go back to Assemble, and I'm going to create a new contact set between this piece and the cam itself. I press OK, and all that did was as I rotate this piece around, it will move with that piece. Now the problem is that when it gets to a point of the highest point, it will not drop because the gravitational pull is not in real physics. This isn't real physics, just contact. So if I move this back down, you'll see that piece just moved a little bit, right? It'll still interact, but there's no gravity. We got to apply gravity to the system. So like I said before, we have to create this. We're going to put this in this position. We're going to get it as close as we can to that as possible. In order to do that, you're going to go over the joints. You're going to look for slider, because that's the sliding mechanism. When you click on slider, you're going to see this orange button next to it. Click on that, and over here, your edit joint limits, you're going to see rest, maximum, and minimum. All you care about is what distance it rests at. I click rest, and I have no idea what this number is going to be for everybody. What you're going to do is you're going to fudge it. You're going to press 1. You're going to press 2. You're going to press 3. Okay, it's going down, so that's good. So I'm going to press like 10. I'm going to press like 11. I'm going to press like 15. 15 goes into my part. That's too much. Go back to 14. Go back to 13. That's as close as I possibly can get unless I do decimals, and that don't worry about. That's too much. You're doing too much. Okay? You don't want it to touch the part. You want it to get very close. I press OK, and it jumps back up. That's fine. I'm going to bring it back into a house mode here. And when I move this now, as you see, it'll drop with that piece and follow it and try and go to that resting point over and over again. Doesn't look very impressive unless I go over to Revolute. This is the last piece. Right-click, Animate Model. And you see how it jumped up, right? That is not the way that we want this thing to go. It shouldn't jump up. It should drop down. So my problem was that my cam's on backwards. I did that on purpose because I know you guys will make it backwards. I did it the first 3 hours, and it's okay. So the last joint I think I made was right here. I double-click it. Oh, I'm in. Here we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press flip, and it'll flip my whole entire thing. I press OK. It'll act weird for a second. If I move this piece, come on. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Oh, what'd I do? There we go. Okay. So then I do the same thing, Revolute, Animate Model, and now it'll act as if it really would in the real world. Okay? So that's one. And then I can bring the box back. You can see what it would look like really in the real world. Totally fine, totally adjustable.
I did it!
Here's the catch. You need to do this. I saved this as one piece. I'm going to teach you tomorrow because I don't want to teach you too much today. I'm going to teach you tomorrow how to actually record this animation so that you guys can, submit it as a video, as an MP4. You need to do this for all 4 of your cams. You need to animate all 4 of the cams you built yesterday separately as 4 different parts, and then we'll teach you how to record it tomorrow. Good to go? Any questions?
So,
What's your question? Go ahead.